There is a particular kind of discomfort that millions of people experience and almost never take seriously. A dull ache in the left shoulder. Sometimes the right. Occasionally both. Most people reach for a painkiller, adjust their sleeping position, or assume they've strained a muscle without giving it much thought. And in most cases, they're absolutely right to think that. But what makes this symptom quietly fascinating is that for a smaller group of people, that shoulder discomfort may not be originating from the shoulder at all. And that distinction is worth understanding. Most shoulder pain is entirely ordinary. Muscles become tight from prolonged sitting. Joints grow stiffer with age. Old injuries have a way of reminding us they happened. The shoulder is one of the most complex joints in the human body, and it carries a remarkable amount of daily strain that we rarely stop to consider. So when discomfort appears there, the last place most people think to look is the heart, which is completely understandable. The connection isn't obvious. It isn't something discussed in everyday conversation. And that's exactly why it belongs in this series. Because sometimes, the body's signals are not as straightforward as they seem. The reason heart-related conditions can sometimes create sensations felt in the shoulder comes down to a phenomenon known as referred pain. The heart and certain regions of the shoulder share overlapping nerve pathways. When the heart is under strain or receiving reduced blood flow, the brain may not always interpret the source of discomfort with perfect precision. Instead, those sensations can sometimes be perceived in another location, such as the left arm, the jaw, the upper back, or the shoulder. The body is doing its best to communicate, but occasionally the signal is felt somewhere other than where it originates. And this is where many people become confused. Because the shoulder simply aches. There's no dramatic event, no obvious warning, just a persistent, nagging discomfort that feels muscular in nature. It may come and go over several days. It might feel slightly worse during physical activity and improve again with rest. Some people describe it as a heaviness rather than a sharp pain. Others say it feels like mild pressure that they can't quite pinpoint. These are the kinds of descriptions that rarely trigger alarm, and in the vast majority of cases, they shouldn't. But understanding what the body may occasionally be doing behind that sensation is what separates informed awareness from unnecessary concern. Now, there's one subtle detail that researchers and clinicians have observed that's worth knowing about. When shoulder discomfort is related to the heart rather than a musculoskeletal issue, it often appears alongside other symptoms rather than in complete isolation. A slight tightness in the chest, a feeling of unusual fatigue during light activity, mild shortness of breath that seems unexpected. None of these symptoms alone necessarily indicate a serious problem, but the combination and the timing with which they occur together may provide important information that deserves attention. This is where understanding your body becomes quietly important. The goal here isn't concern. It never is in this series. Most shoulder discomfort will continue to be exactly what it appears to be: a stiff muscle, a tired joint, or the ordinary wear and tear of everyday life. But for some people, taking a moment to notice the bigger picture of what they're experiencing, not just the shoulder itself, but what else is happening at the same time, can provide valuable information to discuss with a healthcare professional. Not urgently, not anxiously, just honestly. The body is a remarkably consistent communicator. It rarely sends a single signal in isolation when something deeper requires attention. Instead, it often presents subtle cues, gentle patterns, and small changes that develop over time. And the more familiar we become with how those signals can feel, the better we become at recognizing what deserves a second look and what may simply require rest and recovery. And in the next warning sign, we'll continue exploring exactly that. Another subtle way the heart and body may communicate changes that are often mistaken for something else entirely. Because the more you understand these quiet signals, the more confidently you can take part in your own health journey. That's what this series is here for. One warning sign at a time.